Hey guys, it's Viewmasters Reactions, and we're back with Mighty Nein time. Episode 74, Campaign 2, we have Manifold Morals. I finally cut the sleeves off the bow shirt. I had told you guys for many moons since we got the shirt, something was wrong with the way the shoulder was cut, where whenever I would wear it, this side I should say, would pop up. I figured out why once I cut the sleeves off. What I do is I take basically a brand new razor blade, and I cut each individual thread going around. I'll like sit, watch a movie, and just sit there, and I grab it, pull it apart, and I go cut, cut, cut. If you do, you get a perfectly fine cut all along the line. Now, this is why the shoulder was popping. See how far in this shoulder goes? Look how far in this shoulder goes. If you have the shoulders not meet up and balanced properly, you're going to have one of your shoulders pop. So that was the problem with this shirt. Once I cut the arms off and did it properly, it was able to stretch and breathe, and as you can see now, it sits nicely on my shoulders. And now, very fittingly, we have a sleeveless shirt for Marisha's character, Bo. If anybody's known for sleevelessness, it's Marisha in this crew, so this is fitting for the character of Bo. Either way, the way we ended it was we have met Master Ava. We're still with Master Ava. Ava made us a bunch of deals. Well, not a bunch of deals. She basically said, go steal my ring. We don't know what the ring does or why it's important to her, but she said, go steal my ring, and if you do, we'll work some sort of deal for the refined residuum, and we have found the shards, the green glass that we need for Caduceus to have the refined residuum. So that is what I'm talking about. We're making a deal for that, basically, which will be the refined residuum. We also got mithril and an echo stone. Ford just made the deal. It was a bunch of mithril-infused objects, and we bought it. I'm assuming we're going to melt it down. There's probably enough mithril there to bond the sword. We also met Rainey. Mika Burton came into the picture. Rainey is a 33-year-old. I never know the true pronunciation because I feel like they themselves say it 3 different times. I say it as Asimir. They're saying Isamir, Asimar, or I don't know. There's so many different ways to say it, but you know what I'm talking about. Yasha's type of angel people, but Mika is part of that crew. She said an angel talks to her, tells her what to do. She follows it by the book and thinks that everything evil dies. That we even had a whole conversation. Where is your line? If I steal, you kill me? Well, you're evil, you stole. Yeah, but killing someone that steals, that's a little much. Then we go into Ava's place, and she went from Miss Positivity and Insanity to very upset, distressed look. We also wrote penis post instead of plexus post, which is where we're at. I'm waiting for Ava to jump on us for that. But we're possibly going to the archive for Caleb because we're on our way out, and that was the promise to him. Talzin even pointed out in that Patreon hour, and I said it before that, we are getting sidelined into 100 other quests. We started out with, hey, let's see what we could do with this sword, to needing mithril, needing refined residuum, having to find a white dragon, now possibly having to steal a ring for Ava. Then we're going to have to get the shards refined into residuum, and none of that has anything to do with Caleb's story. We found out the shards were what Caleb was jabbing into his body. That was a huge one, too. Let's just jump in, because I'm talking too much. You guys want to be way ahead, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, the Patreon Hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 2, Vox Machina Season 1 and 2, Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest. The new Justified just started. Episode's going to drop Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, depending on the arcade schedule. Always Sunny just ended. Gremlins just ended. Check in the link for Patreon, full unedited. If not, Campaign 2, Episode 74, Mighty Nein time. That was a long intro.
I am on a mission for the Wild Mother.
On a mission from the Wild Mother. She asked, what is your intentions with the residuum?
Sure.
Sure.
Very well.
She asked, what are your intentions with this refined residuum? I said, we should have said, what does the ring do? We'll tell you if you tell us what the ring does.
One step at a time.
Fair enough. You don't deal in spells, do you?
No, unfortunately, the steeple tends to run most of that.
See, I think Talzin is thinking, he's saying one thing at a time. There's a lot of things going on right now. So we're waiting on the residuum.
Watching outside.
But I feel like we should take care of business now. I feel like we should be like, yeah, we'll steal your ring. What's the deal?
Out of the way.
And then if we change our mind, we just don't do it.
It's so strange. It doesn't seem like a lot of people tend to enjoy coming through just to check in on you.
I put the mithril in the bag of holding, and I threw the echo stone to
Echo Stone to Jester. You squeeze it, you
Let's,
say
double
something,
check
you
this is
toss
enough
that
mithril
shit,
and then the right,
it'll repeat for 5-minute
We
intervals
can just
until
maybe
someone
even keep it
squeezes
in
it
the
again.
box and just have the box get hit. Or I don't
Awesome.
know.
I love
after
it.
we let the
Travis made a deal.
get to the archive.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think it was 850 gold.
That would suck if we had to
For
hold
the
it
stone
every
and the
time we light
mithril?
the wands on.
Yeah.
Breathe here, breathe here, breathe here.
It's like licking stamps.
Yeah. We just hold the sword out. I am very curious how that will all happen.
Do you know what,
We have to have
what
breath
ice flex
on the
are? Do you
mithril.
have any of it?
I haven't the foggiest idea what that is. Sorry.
Ice flex.
Can you check? Can you check?
Can you check?
Sure. Turns around.
Can you check?
Goes off.
Just kill the imps and steal everything.
Kill the imps and steal. Yeah, there are imps above us in cages that are watching our thievery.
Oh, that's right.
We pretended to steal or tried. We like gave the idea of stealing.
They've also
And the imps growl. But one of them thanked us. We tossed it a cookie or
Also,
something.
if you kill them, then maybe she'll kick me out of my house, and then where am I supposed to go?
Did she give you her house?
She's the reason I have it. I did a lot of trading. It was a long story, and I kind of don't want to be home with you
So
guys.
important.
Yeah.
Good context. Yes. Not stealing from her.
So then, once again, I'd have to kill you.
All right.
And you seem so nice.
And I assure you, they can speak common, right?
They can.
Imps can speak common.
Thank you.
You guys are
Just
real
know the couple
cute.
phrases. They don't know the-
Today.
Oh, see?
Yeah, they're like Kiris, little Kiris.
Yes, I am very cute.
There we go. Yes, I am
It is
very
not in the
cute.
back.
Hey, did you find anything?
When he first did the voice
Comes
of the
by a
imp,
moment later.
Matt Mercer,
No ice flex. Sorry.
I thought of
fresh out.
Kiri.
All right.
All right, thank you. We'll be returning, hopefully, with your item.
Yes, please. I love that.
All right,
Exciting.
Ta-ta.
exciting. All right, so we are
Careful.
kind of doing what I said we
you see
should do.
anything while
I didn't
we
think
were
we were. She's like, yeah, maybe you'll come back with
no.
my ring and we'll make a deal. All right, so we
Turns
do
out
have
people
that on
aren't
the
that
back burner.
interested, or
I guess Caduceus
pretty
is
normal.
thinking we got to come back with the ring anyway,
How'd
so
it go
why
with
even
you?
make the deal yet?
yeah.
Let's go check out.
I waited
Because
for
here's
30
the thing,
minutes and
though. I don't think
nothing
we got a
happened.
price on the
we
shard.
got
Alright.
a box of mithril, and
I can't remember them asking
see?
a price.
It's in the. Oh,
What
I
if
have
we
the
can't
holding,
steal the
yes,
ring? Maybe it's worth
Take out
buying.
the box.
Either way,
There's a teacup
looks
and a
like
bunch
we're
of other
possibly
fragments
stealing
of
the
shit.
ring.
The little soldier guy's cool.
Yes,
Can I hold the soldier guy?
That is a game.
sure.
Mr. Coatman, did you want to go see books?
Mr. Coatman.
Mr. Coatman.
The answer to
Mr.
that is always yes.
Coatman.
My name's Beauregard, by the way.
Hi, Beauregard.
Yeah, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Don't kill us.
Let's all.
I won't. Don't be bad.
And that's Caleb.
Don't
That's
be
all.
bad.
Caleb Coatman.
Thank you, Caleb Coatman Widowgas.
Coatman.
Caleb the Coatman
I'm not the
Widowgast.
brave.
Not the brave. And you're Jester. You whispered it to me.
Caduceus pink guy, apparently.
Can I call you Pinky?
Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah, Pinky. Call him Caduceus Pink Eye.
We have Caduceus plays with his poop.
Caduceus plays with his
Lead singer of a ska band.
the cause of Pink Eye. We went a little far. That's a far joke.
Ska is the line?
Ska is the line.
He's the drummer
We will have
for.
words.
He's the drummer for Yasha. and the Bird.
I cast conjunctivitis.
I
is
can't
almost all you're not there yet.
conjunctivitis.
Too much of the day.
Throw some penicillin, quick.
Anyway.
So we have Lord Green Man,
That's what it was. I
Beauregard.
couldn't read Travis's shirt.
Caleb Coatman,
Deadlifts.
Not the
That's
brave.
the part I couldn't see.
Jester,
I'm like, what is that
and
last
Pinky.
part? Dragons, Dungeons and Dragons, and
Is
deadlifts.
Rainy short for anything?
Yeah, Rianne Menier.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
Manir is
Thank you.
beautiful.
But it takes a lot of
Rianne
people
Menier.
a long time to learn that, so it's Rainy.
Rianne Manier.
Rianne Menier.
Have you ever heard of the Ruby of the Sea?
Actually, I have. I've met her once.
You have?
Yeah.
That's my
Nicodranus.
mom.
I love your mom.
I
know, she's so
Ruby.
great.
I
She's
mean,
so pretty.
Oh my god, did you hear her perform?
in the Patreon hour, we found out she
When
is
were you there?
from.
When I was a kid.
she was dropped in
I
Nicodronis
was-
as a kid.
I know I wasn't supposed to be there, but I went in when I went to visit your mom because I followed Landon because my dad wanted to go see her
Yeah,
perform, and so
yeah.
I went behind, and then I was like, "Whoa, she's so pretty! I wanted to be here when I grew
How
up."
old were you?
I was 5.
Oh, that was before I was born, probably.
I grab Beauregard by the shoulder and say, come on, we're going to the archive.
Yes, thank you.
She was 5. That makes sense. Yeah,
the two of you?
Jester.
We're all
We're
going.
I think
gonna-
Jester's like
Yes.
mid-20s. I
We
can't
go running
remember.
after them being very noisy.
Go.
All right.
But she would
You
have
guys
to
step
be
ahead.
younger
And,
than
with
or
a
older
little
than
bit of guidance
28
from Rini and
in order for her,
your
and even
general
then she'd be like a
streetwise
baby.
awareness, you eventually find your way towards the Vellum steeple. What you see,
Hey, DM question?
yes,
Okay, and you mentioned before that this is like primarily dwarven and elven in terms of population.
Correct.
And we're out of Jorhasian borders.
yes. You guys are outside of the elements of the war. You are far north of the Empire.
North and west, or just straight up north?
It's more north of the Empire and kind of northwest of Jorhas.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, northwest of Jorhas. Got it.
Yeah.
Right.
I give you a
Here's the map.
Map points with finger.
Northwest.
Well, that's just the whole.
Right there, right smack dab.
Oh God! I literally in my head was like, why did Liam smack it? Because he just like bashed forward in the face. I'm calling them by their fake names.
Off to the steam.
Travis
Indeed.
just got
You
whacked in
come
the face
upon
by
the
Liam.
grand curving tower of blue marble that glitters as it ascends, blending into the rock above it.
That was pretty
the
funny.
exterior of it seems to reveal the
It probably
presence of
did
very
mash
wide
Travis's
cavernous
nose
halls
pretty
on the
good.
inside.
Did I say that
You can
right?
see
Did I
what looks to
speak
be
English? Smashed his nose. Pretty
very,
good.
very limited color palette on stained glass that sits primarily between red and yellow to be complementary to the most.
And in case I didn't say it already, we have about
itself.
55
The outside of
minutes
it
to an
looks to
hour
have
of
a
just YouTube.
kind of a colorless courtyard of bushes that have like a gray tint. The leaves themselves looking to be heavily textured. This is a unique form of subterranean plant life that you haven't really come across. So it's kind of a makeshift garden on the outside of an odd type of lightless plant life. You saw elements of this actually underneath in the Shadowshire of Rosona, usually used in less decorative and more an element of the subterranean planting process and farming as a separator.
I fell
to
into
various fields.
my
But here
Matt
it's given
seduction
kind of
phase.
a
He
slightly
started
beautiful
specifically
manicured presence on the
explaining
exterior
stuff
of the
too
steeple.
much, so I had to
You can see
drift
the door
off into Matt Mercer land.
is open. There is a curved archway and a very, very tall door, probably 10 foot to the top. And on the
door.
inside, it's warmly lit, kind of an orange. And
I
you
feel
hear a
like
chime.
10-foot doors
like-
in this world
looks
would
like
make more sense.
They have a lucky cat in there.
Like if you had 10-foot doors, like I've seen some big ass doors in
But
our
as you
world.
step and
But
approach, you
we're
can see
all
there are
normal-sized people.
a few
For the most
figures
part,
that
you might
walk
have a
out
few
that
tall
look to
people
be,
here or there.
Well-dressed
I feel
noble
like this is a
folk.
world where a
You
lot of
see
tall
a
people
pair of elves,
typically would be.
whether
Or in,
male and female,
some
kind of walking
form.
arm in arm, watch you as you pass and continue out into the city. And as you step inside, you can see what looks to be a long, curved table with two individuals at the front. You see what looks to be a young elven man in cream-colored robes with a sash of kind of golden burgundy. It has kind of a cool stitched pattern throughout it. And he was sitting there looking bored out of his fucking mind. To the left of him, you can see what looks to be
He seemed so like
dwarf
studious
woman,
and elegant, and then he's
middle-aged or
bored out
so,
of his
who
fucking
has
mind.
a very, very thick pair of spectacles on, and is currently in the process of like sketching or writing in a tome of some kind on a table. As you step into the chamber, the bored elf gentleman, without even looking up, goes, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, good afternoon. New to town, and we have heard great things about
It sounded
the
like you said
archive.
neuter town.
Wanted to
Neuter
inquire
town.
as to the
Are you here to meet with the Woodset auditors?
Woodset auditors.
This dude.
You are not here to meet with the Woodset auditors.
They're otters.
They're otters? Auditors.
Auditors would be
Auditors.
interesting.
Yeah.
auditors.
Can I help you? And then finally looks up.
I don't know
with
if
eye contact.
Travis really thought he said
Here, you
otters.
have some books.
Because wood
Are they
and
open
otters.
to the public? Is
Kind
there
of
any
go.
method by which visitors to the city may
thinking beavers,
peruse
but-
your shelves?
No. You can request a book, and it will be brought to you under supervision.
Yeah.
Thank
But
you.
this is not an open library. This is a place of research.
Understood.
Yeah, thank you,
I
sir.
apologize. The thing is, we are here under a diplomatic mission.
From Alderaan.
I'm actually Beauregard, Lionette with the Cobalt Soul.
And I've reached brow ruffles. Cobalt Soul.
Yeah.
I probably want to speak to, what's his name? Demid?
Yeah, I'm sure you have a representative here. We didn't have them throughout the Empire.
They
And-
just occasionally wander through. I'll look
yeah,
into
check
it.
and see if he's in.
Check and see if he's in.
That's the first time you said the last name out loud, right?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was gonna say I didn't. I
Gets up and walks
in my
away.
head I
And the old one is still
acknowledged
sitting there,
it.
just,
I'm
not
like,
paying any attention or
that's new.
giving two shits about
but
your
then
presence.
part of me was like, is it even real?
You
Lionette.
wait for
Beauregard Lionette.
3 minutes.
I honestly thought she was just making something up.
Right.
Do you have
Demid.
any books about weasels?
Yes.
Can I see one?
No.
Do you have any books about the Traveler?
Don't know what that is.
What kind of a... Anyway.
Do you have any books about alchemy?
Yes?
Can we see it?
No.
How can we see it?
Your representative is already on his way to get you some person to speak to.
So there's a very
You've been helped. Leave me
Formal
to my
way.
business.
Leave me to my business.
is
You've
she
been
doing?
helped. They're very
it's a
by
puzzle
the
book.
book here.
She's
You've already
essentially
been
doing
helped.
Sudoku.
Like crossword puzzles.
Let's help her with Sudoku.
Do you come here, Rini, a lot?
Do.
Do you have a card or something? A library card?
Yeah, could Rainy
Noticing
call?
this. How long have we been waiting?
About 4 minutes.
Only 4 minutes?
4 to 5 minutes. Not too.
Could Rainy?
So I'll step up to the desk.
Yeah, because Rainy could go. I got my
Excuse
own
me,
thing.
I know you're busy with your puzzle book, and I know that she had a really cool, fancy last name, but the EVS has sent me, so we have to go see books now. Is that cool? We have to go see books now.
Kind of appreciate
The
what did you say?
EVS.
The EVS has sent me, so we have to go see books now. Whatever they are.
I'll go fetch the scribe board and hold on.
What is the
Have a good
EVS?
day!
How are you executive platinum? What just happened?
Yeah,
Yes.
we just got
Oh,
platinum
so-
service.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember that time I said that I keep everybody safe?
Yeah.
So I kind of do it as like only animals, and I keep everybody safe, and they kind of like started calling me EVS.
Oh
and that
my
means,
god.
Like, the Lightbringer or whatever, and it's kind of like a cool like legend around here. Kinda.
She is literally
Nobody
Batman. She's Batman of the
Your
woodland
secret
creatures.
identity? Shh. So Rini is your secret identity.
And then she made a secret identity and uses the secret identity.
Do you change your
That's
personality? Your
hilarious. I
persona?
love
Do
it.
you do-
I change
EVS.
into a scorpion, or a bear, or a wolf, or an eagle.
Okay, there's a lot of
How do you
things.
know it's you then?
Because what else are there going to be animals around like that down here?
There's animals.
It's
But
kind of-
animals
it's kind of
saving
rare to
people's
see,
lives?
Animals with like halos and gold eyes.
And they're
So they
saving
haven't
people.
caught on that you have a halo and gold eye?
No.
They're dumb.
But it's kind of fun, and I've been here for like 5 years, and so people keep talking about it, and sometimes there are like drawings and stuff of like me as an eagle. I'm
That's
like,
a good
"Whoa, that's
point.
Me, but like I can't tell them that
Nobody's
it's me
made
because
the
then they'll blow my
connection.
cover, and then people would come to kill me.
But I
Because
mean,
lots of the crime families
it
that
might
I keep,
be something you see
on the
off the
DL, they would want to kill me. So
So this is like another identity for yourself.
yeah, and if you tell anybody, I'm gonna have to kill you.
I love how
The door
far
opens, and you watch
this
as the
tale
old
has
dwarf woman
gone.
returns
That
and
literally
sits down at the
people
desk,
respect the
followed by
name that
what you see is
much.
a very tall.
She mentions her fake
pale-skinned
alias.
elven
It's
woman
like,
with a
I'm friends with
platinum blonde
Batman.
pompadour, short in the back,
And they're
but
like,
just
oh
kind of
shit,
like
you know
billowing in
Batman?
front.
We'll get the
These
warden
bright
guy.
blue piercing eyes. You recognize as the Scribe Warden.
The Scribe
Approaches.
Warden.
Hello, Rainey.
And how do you
Word
prove
is
you
that
work with
you've,
Eva? Oh, well, they
you've
must know
come
by
on the
now.
request of the EVS?
Yeah.
And gives like a wink.
Uh-huh.
You get
I wink
immediate.
back.
You get the immediate sense that
He knows it's you.
she's not good with keeping a
Yeah.
secret identity.
So, okay. So people
Fuck,
do
everyone
know.
knows
They
how
just
to
kind of,
work.
yeah.
Superman, everyone's
It's like a
"Oh,
couple
no,
people know and
Superman,
keep the
you just
secret."
showed up. Where did Clark go? Weird.
Yeah.
So what can we do to help the EVS?
So, he likes books. She likes weasels.
No, Caleb
And
likes
we
books.
need to find a dragon. A white dragon.
Or are we just spitting stuff out?
White dragon.
Yeah.
Also, if you do have a representative of the Cobalt Soul here, that would be cool.
I think he's
'cause
still
I
on
did
his way.
Mention that.
But if you're offering, we would love to peruse any books you have on the subject of mythical beasts or creatures of great repute or dunamancy or local legends or the.
And weasels.
And
Or
weasels.
laughing hands.
One book at a time.
Let's prioritize. Caleb?
What do you wish us to retrieve?
Yeah, we just said
creatures of
50
this
things.
realm.
Forget about
Local
weasels for now.
legends that might talk of
White dragon.
beasts like. Yeah, I think you've said it multiple times. I think she heard. White dragons.
White dragon.
White dragons is important.
I'll return.
White
with such a
dragons.
tome.
Anything dealing
The,
with white
the price
dragons.
is 10 gold per hour of research.
10
You can
gold
only look
per.
at one book at a time.
Per person?
Put multiple books
Oh.
as one per individual. Of course, each paying independently.
Oh, but
We
with
have to fund
$10
our
a.
research
Oh my
somehow.
God. 10
As you know.
gold per hour
Excellent.
per
So if we're getting
person.
a couple of books for a few of us to read, I will cover the costs. Do you have anything also on more intricate forms of transmutative?
I mean, hey, it
magic?
makes sense.
I can certainly look. So who'll be taking the possible tome of transmutative magic?
That one will be for me.
Right. Then who is taking the interest in mythological creatures and
I'll
local
take that.
folklore? All right, that's two. Who else needs one?
Anything have pictures in it? There's mostly pictures.
There's a
Other
lot
books
of
with-
pictures. I'll get you a picture book.
All right.
All right.
That's
Like,
10 gold an
what's on-
hour.
what's on,
I'll take a book on.
That's 10 gold an hour
deities,
on a
near
picture
and old,
book.
perhaps?
Hopefully it's helpful.
That'll do.
Very well.
Book on
Speak
deities.
Probably pre-calamity.
Man, we're getting a lot of knowledge right now.
Yes, alchemical guide to making different chemistry mixtures, sticky things or puffy things or acidy things.
All right, five books.
And Chester, you were saying you
I don't
wanted a
actually
book
need-
Oh,
about
weasels?
ancient forms of
Oh.
the arcane, like the origin of magic in Exandria.
That's what I've been looking for my entire life.
Her
What
entire
is this? I'm
life.
sorry.
Books on the
Arcane.
ancient forms of arcane.
Look at Jester's
Very well.
face. Look at her face. Books on the ancient forms of
roll damage?
arcane. Do I have to roll damage for that? My brain just fell out of my ear.
Ancient arcane weasel specifically.
Ancient
I
arcane
will do my best.
weasel.
And the EVS requests what?
A book of new poisons, please. Anything poisonous plants, mixing poisons, creating poisons, killing people, anything like that.
Interesting. Very well.
Thank you.
It'll be done.
What was
She
your
already
name?
had a book on
I'm
poisons
sorry.
and
I'm
plants.
Scribe
What are we
Warden
gonna have?
Ressia Uvesic.
More advanced?
Scribe Warden, yes.
Scribe Warden.
Ressia.
Uvesic?
Ressia Uvek.
Ressia Uvesic.
Ressia? All right.
Wolves.
That's a big name.
I'm just walk and talk with
Scribe
you for a
Warden
second as we
Ressia.
go.
Well, no, I'm retrieving the books for you. You must stay here.
I already forgot.
Can I walk and talk with you to
No.
the threshold of which then I will stay behind?
Certainly.
Thank you.
All right, but you must pay in advance. That's 7 tomes. That's 70 gold for the first hour.
Ressia
I'll keep you from there on
Uvek.
the continuation of your
70
research.
gold
I would
for the
like
first
to-
hour.
If we could just real quick.
Right.
Like 2 seconds.
We're gonna have 100 gold before this is over.
She goes ahead and
We're
kind
gonna
of
owe
steps off to
100
the
gold
side,
before. Yeah, we're gonna make a
joins you.
deal. What's
So?
Bo up to?
Yes, you may know Archivasinath from Cobalt Soul and Zadash.
I'm familiar with the Cobalt Soul.
Yes,
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 we do
yes.
have one such representative here on a research mission.
Is she gonna try to get a
Yeah,
like a
that would be
freebie?
good if we could maybe connect with him. And if you know, the Cobalt Soul is always interested in sharing any type of information and having that free flow communication. So,
Of course, would have you for trade then.
sure. Sure. Yeah. I will pull,
Maybe it'll work. We got some sort of dialogue going.
Got some crossbows.
We got some crossbows. We'll trade the
Look,
scribe
I know
warden
there
and the.
there is free trade of information within your troop, your
Crick history book.
faction. However, we are a legitimate business, and there needs to be
A history book.
Okay, pull out a history book.
And Courting of the Crick, the Smut.
Okay, just a general history book. What history book do you have?
It was the one on the crane.
The smutty one?
No, I had two.
Oh, did we already read that whole book, that history book?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we're gonna trade. We got a book of the
Comes to the
cream.
history book. Interesting.
The second one's really valuable too. You don't have to look through it.
The second one is the smutty one.
Oh my.
Oh
Told you.
my. Oh my.
She
Look at
has
Jester.
a bit of a anxiety.
Yeah, that's just a
Yeah.
twitch.
Terribly
Jester has a tick.
We'll go ahead and consider this trade for 2 of the.
All right, we got
research
20 gold
period,
off.
So 50 gold for the first hour.
Here's 10
Not bad,
gold.
not bad.
Sure. 10 gold.
Bo
Oh,
still
yeah,
wants
same,
to go.
Same,
Look at Bo.
even though
Bo
I'm
still
probably
wanted to
just
go.
researching for
I don't
fun.
blame her.
That's 40.
The
Who's got 10
negotiator and me
gold for-
felt the same.
Sky
She's
Boy?
looking like
looking for my
50,
things. I was
and then
gonna
everyone
come
just
over
started
if need
paying.
be.
I'll
Here-
put 10 gold too, and give me back the smut.
We're covered.
Thank you.
Give me back the smut.
I'll return. And she leaves. And as soon as she passes by, you can see the elven man who was originally here enters, kind of giving a bow of respect towards the scribe warden. And behind you see entering, looks to be a male gnome with kind of a curly mop of red hair, blue eyes, and cobalt soul attire, familiar to you guys who've been by the archives in Zadash. Comes in with himself kind of a pair of his own large, wide spectacles to match
All
the
right.
dwarven woman who met
This
you at
is
the front. As he steps in.
Demid?
Hello, sorry, I was called here for someone.
Yeah, it's me.
Right. I was in the middle of my research.
Cool.
What?
Cool.
You want to chat?
Certainly. Are you here as well, studying the moons?
Absolutely.
Studying
Are
the
you a
moons.
specialist?
Look at his
I
face. Look at Matt's
am.
face.
Well, please tell me all about your mission here. I'm curious.
Me too.
Him too.
Right. All right. Who are you both with?
I'm actually from the Cobalt Soul from Zadash.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Are you as well?
Yeah.
All right.
We're telling a lot of lies already. We just came out the door lying 3 out of 4.
24.
Wonderful.
The only
Wonderful
truth we
to
told
meet
is that
others.
we are
It's
from
so
the
far
Cobalt
north
Soul,
here.
meaning Bo.
I felt a bit isolated for some time, so it's very exciting to meet other scholars.
He's going to immediately know you lack knowledge
very,
in
very.
moons.
So,
Unless you
yeah,
know the-
I'm
maybe I'm wrong.
merely
Maybe she knows about the
researching
moons.
Rudis, the smaller of our moons. So I'm
We're talking
really-
moons. We're going to be found
know-
out.
yeah, so
Like
you
if
do
some
know
guy
there
who
are
specializes in the moon
moons
talked to me about the
of
moon for
Alexandria.
5 seconds, he'd
There's
know I'm
Katha,
full of
which
shit.
is the main moon. That's the one that's largely associated with the Moonweaver, and the
Moonweaver.
bright one that's, was it the sky. And there's a Ruidus, who's the secondary moon, which is kind of a dull brown color, is much smaller and further, and
We
is,
are down
like, mostly
to about
not
30
visible
minutes.
throughout most of the day, and usually only during certain points of night. So I'm hoping and working here with the Woodset auditors to see if there is some
Woodset
some
auditors
information that may have been recovered
have
from
come
the
up
ruins of
multiple times.
Malaesmere. And so far it's been a lot of false leads, but I'm working on it.
Malaesmere, yeah, we've heard that
What have
too.
you been looking for?
We've
What is
definitely heard
What is your
Malaesmere.
process? Please tell me anything.
Oh, what was your name, by the way? So.
No,
Demid?
sorry.
No.
Archivist Demid Sunlash.
Demid Sunlash.
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 Archivist.
Demid Sunlash.
Demid?
Demid, yes.
Demid. Demid.
Kind of read his glasses a bit.
All right, I think it's
tiny. Like
Demid
even for a gnome,
sounds
he's kind
more
of slightly
flowy.
hunched in his shoulders, and
Flows
probably
better.
comes up to mid-thigh for you, Beauregard.
Okay.
Just kind of looking up at both of you.
You said your focus was on Rudis.
Personally, yes, it's the one that's we know the least about.
Know a bit more about Katha, actually.
Understood, most do. It's mostly just folklore elements. There isn't a lot of specific study on it these days, which is why I find it such a fascinating subject.
What have you found so far?
Well, it's been a bit Dry, so far, hoping. I mean, the standard, beliefs of various cultures across Exandria, of it being an entity of ill omen,
Yeah, speaking of the ill omen thing, we've actually been trying to research the coalescence between the moon cycles and like beasts and fiends that happen, because maybe there's a correlation. Have you heard of anything?
That is very possible. The moon cycles themselves are distinctly related to various entities, whether it be bestial
I dig
curses
this
or
dude.
creatures themselves that are nocturnal. That come out by Cartha's light to hunt.
He is very
demons.
passionate.
Now there is a lot of
This is the type of guy we
interesting,
want to talk to.
thoughts and
Somebody just
ideas about
spewing
Cartha.
knowledge.
About Rudis. Rudis itself, some are believed to have been either
Look at
a
Laura's
pre-creation,
face.
back when the elements themselves were consuming all of Exandria.
Is Laura falling
Others
asleep?
believe
What is she doing?
may have not originally existed, may have been a creation by the betrayed gods, and was some sort of long-running mysterious plot that was cut short during the end of the calamity, and when they were banished away. That's what I'm certainly curious about.
You think demons come from the moon?
I don't. Some people do.
Okay. White
Really?
dragons? Anything with that?
Some people think demons come from the moon. I mean,
No,
hey,
I know.
Don't
who
follow
am I
but
to say
anything.
that's
Yeah,
not a
Just
thing?
it's separate,
I've never been to
we've
the
been
moon.
getting pings and what's a
seen
demon, what's a
Transformers on
dragon?
there.
I don't know. Have you heard anything about a white dragon?
Very distinctly different creatures, white dragons and demons. And there are many varieties of both.
No,
actually.
I know.
But
People are stupid though. Have you heard anything about a white dragon?
In the area specifically.
Yeah.
I've just been here for about a year and a half. It's not really going anywhere.
It's not. I've been here a year and a half, and
But if
it's
I hear
not really
anything, I'll
going
send
anywhere.
word to Zadash, don't worry.
I mean, he doesn't know anything about white
Yeah,
dragons.
you can ask him more times.
What about you? What have been your findings?
We can just
Well,
keep
it's
asking.
illusory,
him.
really. It's as you say. It's everything is shrouded.
I
in
mean,
myth
honestly,
and
maybe he's not
legend,
telling us
mostly
anything we want to
superstition.
know at this
Some people
moment.
say it's made of
But this
cheese.
dude is a frigging river of knowledge. He's just spewing at us. Let's see. I want to hear it. I want to hear all he has to say about
Interesting.
moons.
Is there a particular culture that believes this? Because, I mean,
Yes, Whitestone.
Whitestone.
Part of the local myth and legend in Whitestone.
Tal'dorei is such an uncultured land. Interesting. I'll make note of this and bring it back. I wonder how far that goes. All right. Thank you for that nugget of information.
Thank you for that
Yeah, a
nugget.
question.
Yes.
They're kind of being a little by the books, no pun intended, about letting us view the archives.
Right. Of course, you have to respect the way they do their business.
Oh no,
Yes.
I absolutely do. I mean,
we wouldn't let just anyone.
We're asking for a lot of
peruse our libraries
favoritism.
openly without interest.
course. But
And Ion gives us.
I don't blame her.
Free range
You
to
know
spread
me.
the information.
Negotiation and
They don't
dealing
fall
and
under this
wheeling and everything
same,
else. I dig what
form
Bo's
of
doing.
Religious interest. So they're
But I feel like she's pushing a little much.
Because this place is very remote and not involved with local
They're trying to
politics,
say,
and does not want to be,
we
a
need this
draw
money
of
to
open information.
function.
That would be
Do you
an
think you could, like,
unwanted
give
intention
us-
towards this.
Okay.
You guys-
You think you could give us the hookup? Say something? Maybe let us go in, like get a little look see.
I go through the
plus
same,
one,
but no,
plus two?
it doesn't.
Do a little research.
Fellow moon archivist.
Yeah, moon.
Tell you what.
Yes.
What I can do is show you my notes on Catherine Rudis.
Do it.
Sure.
Let's take a look at the notes on the moon.
Prying eyes and ears, but perhaps.
Watch, we learn something amazing.
Perhaps in the next 2 days, if interested, you could go ahead and meet me. Let's see, what would work here?
I feel like this could
Meet
work out
at
in a weird way.
The Tumbled Tankards. Bit of a seedy place, but I think no one will pay mind of our interest, and I can tell you all about what I found. This is not much, but it's interesting.
Tumble what now?
Tumbled Tankard. It's got to be a bar, obviously. Tumbled Tankard.
You don't go there, you wind up.
You wind up there.
A CD shop?
The CD
I like that. I've never heard that before. You don't go there, you end up
Parking
there.
lot altogether.
Yeah, no.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, yeah!
All right,
Unfortunately, the Dark Tower
Demid is
shop
pretty
closed
awesome.
down a while back.
I'm digging Demid. So Demid's big fan of
Okay,
moons.
well, Caleb and
Likes
I
to
look
talk.
over his shoulder and quickly read his. Or no, he won't let us read his notes right
If
here.
anything, we should be understanding all these books we read. I guess we'll do that later.
Well, I can't guarantee that we won't be busy. I don't know if we're going to be available, but I'll get back to you.
Right, I'm usually here, so just ask for me.
Seems like a solid dude.
Thanks.
I dig him.
Thank
He's
you.
a little talkative
And if you find any additional information, please do pass it along. I'm kind of flapping in the wind here a bit.
Yeah.
And he turns and watches as the scribe warden enters. Heads on back to his research chambers.
Bye,
Thank you.
Sunlash.
Sunlash,
Kind of sorry for
Awesome.
Rudis, you know?
Rudis the Moon. We feel bad for Rudis.
Sister.
Like
The ugly
this
duckling.
big flashy sister always trying to take all its attention.
That's what Jester
Sister
took out of
feeling
this.
practically invisible.
Yeah.
Are you talking about moons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
My fucking
that's what we took
contacts
out of this.
were for shit.
We are
You saved
a
us
long way from home, Miss
20
Lionette.
gold.
We're about to
Lionette.
get some good books.
You
though.
got us 20
We've been
gold
traveling
off,
together for a
and
long
we
time.
do have
Take that
somebody
long to
here we
drop a
know,
drop
kind
of
of
Emily
now.
name?
You never asked.
That's true.
Like, in all
The
honesty,
scribe warden
at least
returns
the
and
scribe
leads
warden
you
and
all
people
to,
see we
independent
do
research chamber
have a
where
rapport going
there's a
with
large
people
table that
that
everyone's able to sit
work
at,
here. That's
under
better than nothing.
supervision of the scribe warden.
Under
and is keeping track
supervision,
of
here we
how
go.
how long you are reading, and making sure that no undue use of these tomes is carried on. So you're given your respective books.
I would hate that.
and research.
I would hate having
Interesting
someone
tidbits
watching
about
me
different
research.
elements of
I already
nature that
don't
can be
want to
converted, whether they're
research. I
poisons
don't
to
like
begin
reading
with,
books.
or under certain processing can be made
And
into
if I
a
had somebody
toxin.
hawking me the entire
Some of
time,
it's information
oh my
you already
God,
know.
I would
Some of
freak.
it is information about places
I
you've
don't
never
need you
been.
watching
So
me.
you learn
Unless
about
I
some
can go
other
in like a
herbs that are,
private room. I don't need
indigenous
you sitting
to,
there
like maybe
watching
South
everything I do while
Jorhas.
I'm reading.
Some of the further south islands of the Menagerie Coast. Some of it speaks of the Vesper wood that surrounds an area of Isilra, which is far
Isilra.
west of here.
Isilra.
And also some strange blooms that happen in the deserts of
interesting
Marquette as
spelling.
well, that have been known to have like essentially induced coma-like.
As you can see,
effects. So
my
you
bow
just take the
shirt sits
information.
nicely on my
Very
shoulders
fascinating.
now. It is so comfortable. I'm happy that I cut the sleeve.
Now, you were reading about arcane weasels.
Well, I think she was going to try to slip the book to him, I believe.
Yeah, it was Arcane Origins and whatever the fuck.
Arcane Origins.
Yeah.
Arcane
Specific
Weasels.
title.
Arcane Origins and whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Somehow got on the bestseller list.
See, she's saying I was going to slip the book to Caleb. The
So
scribe
you're
warden
reading it?
is watching everybody.
Sure.
All right. It is.
We
it is
have
a
to do our own
fascinatingly
reading.
Deep, scholarly, verbose dissertation on various theories on the origins of mythological
Did
creatures.
Jester retain any of it?
Some of them that believe that they stemmed from the breaking of the elemental planes when they once were just a mashed chaos across the surface of Exandria. Some that believe that they were born from dreams of the first beings that were given life by the Pantheon. There are some that believe that they were creations magically through those that dabbled in arcane or divine, based magic to suit their own needs and then lost control of them, and thus they became part of the natural world as their own accord.
But they're all theories.
Blink dogs.
Yeah, I think about blink dogs. Blink dogs believed to be fey in nature, believed to have originally began in the Feywild and then were brought in and partially domesticated here in Exandria due to their unique talents. Spoke of the difficulty in breaking them, especially the young age, and how they tend to be kind of a bull in a china shop. And you immediately
We
yeah,
experienced this. Bull in a china shop,
tidbits I wouldn't
pissing
know
all
about
over
Nugget?
everything.
You learn that preferred foods tend to be ground nuts made into like a meal.
Oh shit.
You're way off.
So
Yeah.
far on that.
Yeah.
For a healthy diet.
All right, so we're finding
Pretty
out
much anything.
ways we could
That is considered
increase
a
our
core
relationship with
element,
Nugget.
as part of the
Crushed up nuts.
the Fey life in which it originally stemmed from.
So Nuggets into crushed
You're
nuts.
looking for
Just looking for things I can make with chemicals.
there's a chemistry.
I
book
like
there
that.
goes delves
Blinking
into alchemy, same
runs
thing.
on a high
Similar to
metabolism,
what
so you
Rainier's looking
need.
for. A lot
It's
you've
like
already
the Flash.
learned. A few things here. There's some chemicals that aren't widely distributed here in Wildmount because the materials aren't present, and you didn't grow up in a heavy trade city necessarily. So other forms of chemicals that are used to dissolve certain minerals and elements. It's interesting. Nothing that necessarily
Talzin and
specifically triggers
Mika
an
over there
interest,
having
but
like a
I will
little
say that
drawing
you do
conversation or something.
you do come to find some easier and better methods to refining
Like
the
they're like
chemicals
drawing
you
things
already
and they're
work
like
with.
complementing
So
each other.
that may help reduce the cost of some of the alchemical components that you wish to purchase.
Cool.
You were looking at a book of...
It was higher, intricate levels of transmutative magic. I'm looking for things about transformation and permanence, not transitory, locking that change into place.
Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of arcane theories on the challenge of permanence when it comes to transmutive spellcraft. How a creature's natural form is intended and was stubborn against arcane nature. However, there are also entities and creatures that they are born not in their natural form and have a life coming to discovering that transition into their natural form, and that magic is actually easier and more accepted into that space. The permanence element of it is challenging up until a certain level.
I am paying
of
attention.
Magic.
I am intently
discussions of the temporary elements of polymorph.
listen to Matt.
And
He's
the
getting deep.
supposed idea that there is levels of polymorph-based magic that can induce permanence. You pick up some tidbits and some interesting ideas and some things that kind of start getting your mind running a bit. It isn't exactly what you're looking for, but it's helping just add more to the breadth of your understanding.
Yeah, and is that the main focus of this book, or does it touch on the nature of reality itself?
No, it's primarily on the nature of material elements, the matter,
The fact
and,
that
and
Matt
the
has
attempts
to
try and
not only
transition
come
those.
up
It
with
goes into
books,
discussion of the
but
Philosopher's Stone and
the-
wanting to make gold out of lead and other
like,
material movements
describe
there.
them
And the success it's had
in detail
once again,
is
temporary elements.
And he's
which
doing it like
usually only helps in the
he's not
process
reading off of anything most of the
deception
time. If any, of all, he's
and
just
or
like right off the
temporary
cuff.
use
All
of
in his
materials.
mind.
So the elements, matter, and the
Love it.
manipulation of
Very, very
things. Good.
impressive. Most impressive.
You got a book on
the deities.
The deities.
Deities.
So it is
All
a
right, we're on
discussion
to
of the
Mr.
wide
Ford.
pantheon of Exandria. It speaks loosely about the creation myth of the realm. It speaks of the tethered elements, on how these entities came to the planet and attempted to quell the elemental chaos that was roiling across the surface, and the elemental titans that resided here before the pantheon came, managing to separate and disperse them to their separate elemental planes and bring order in the beginning of life to the planet. It goes into the eventual betraying, what can be known as betrayer gods, and the creation of other entities that were just born out of the malice that began to find its way into the heart of those that were created in the life form of the initial pantheon. It goes into the discussion about the Age of Arcanum, in which the gods gave the gift of, first it was divine, through worship, the divine presence of magic, and then eventually the gift of the arcane, in which is supposed to the lending of one's essence.
I guess
for
I
magic.
get the
It taught
thumbnail
them
about
to create magic
ripping
from within
books
themselves,
apart.
and then became the rise of the, for lack of a better term, the arrogance of certain mortal species and races, as well as cultures that began to see themselves as now equal to or above the gods that created them. We're starting to the Age of Arcanum, and you start kind of going a little numb getting through this portion of the process. And even then, the Age of Arcanum is
I mean, that's a lot.
of the
We're
information
all
is still
like
kind of
deep
lost.
diving
The calamity
into
and its,
literature.
pieces of it are still being put
And a
together.
lot of
its
us are
theories and a lot of its
studious
different people's notes about
book
it.
readers.
Until it continues into the calamity. And there have been multiple times in which the gods have warred, and a lot of terrible destruction has been wrought, but the calamity itself at the end of the Age of Arcanum was what was responsible for destroying most standing society. And those that survived, either by going underground or escaping, managed to begin the seeds of the current age. This was, over 800 years ago.
800 years ago.
Of the banishing of the betrayer gods, the self-imposed banishment of the prime deities, the creation of the divine gate that separates.
First thing I'd
them
ask
from
if I was Travis,
transgressing onto the actual.
Is there anything in there about Uk'otoa?
Material plane
That's
of Exandria.
kind
And
of
you
where this all
finish,
should be headed.
It takes you a few hours to finish this.
Although
and when
we're
it does,
done
your
with
head just
that, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Is that a lot to unpack, that one?
Yeah, yes. I feel like most of this is stuff that some of you already know, but as an introduction, it's a bitch.
You want to give me the 3-line pitch, a summary? What are the good bits?
Yes.
Give me the 3-line
There were
pitch.
good gods, and they fought, and there were ruined parts of the world, and littler things were left in its wake, and some were sealed away, and some remain.
Right.
There are planes and alternate dimensions, and I might need to sleep tonight, actually, to process all of this.
Are you finished with that one?
Yes. Would you like to?
Yes. Yeah.
Please, have at it.
We're now pushing into hour 4 of research, by the way, guys. And every hour is an additional 10 gold per book that's brought out, and there are currently 7 books checked out.
We're on our...
So we're looking at, right now, total 200.
Actually, to that point,
lowered by 20 gold. That's part, so it's only 50 gold per hour. So you're looking now at about 200 gold cost.
If there is anyone still,
Oh, so we were able to save 20 gold? So Bo saved us
a
chunk of change.
I'm tapped.
We saved almost 100 gold.
I could certainly go back to.
I thought we were
and
saving
see if
20 on the
mithril
first
that we've
hour.
gathered is
We saved
enough
20 on
to
every
meet
hour
you
for
back
4
on the
hours
outside
that
of
we've
the
been
archive.
reading.
Yes. Okay.
I'll come.
Great.
I feel like that's
Would you
reasonable,
like to
though.
swing by and pick me up
In these
when
kind
you're
of
finished?
books,
We'll
you'd
wait for you on
probably
the outside.
spend
I'm
a
sure
good
if for
couple
some reason
hours.
you come out and we're not there, we wouldn't be over at Boomy's, yes.
For lodgings.
Are there any books about healing?
There are books about healing.
Healing spells and stuff?
Oh yeah, that can be definitely brought in.
Okay.
Make a perception check for me. 18. As you're getting towards the end of your transmutation book, you notice that one of the pages, the ink, is different than the rest of the book.
What?
And I would know if it was arcane in nature or if.
Well, an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Roll an Arcana check. So something is not
23.
what
this
it
page
should
itself holds a very, very simple transmutive spell on it. Usually used to conceal or
So is this like intentionally
contain
done?
something just beyond the boundaries of this reality. It's like stumbling upon a pocket on your jeans you didn't know was there before.
Is it intentionally done that people that know what they're doing would see
You're under
this like he did? And you're under supervision.
Yeah, so am I.
Could you do like a little thing?
Destruction.
I know we're being watched, but
Where is
he
everybody
can't
else?
watch all 7 of us at once. So do like a little like.
You guys all left. 3 of us have left.
We out.
I don't know, but that's cool.
Forms of big moral authority.
And I also don't know, did somebody do it
Right, so you
maliciously and hide something, or is it like you got to know what you're talking about in order to even see this? But if you
I still
do, then
haven't read my fiend book about local
then you can
fiends.
check it out because you're one of the
right.
chosen
Sorry,
ones
next
who
one.
recognized it to begin with.
Local fiends, like fiends specifically, or just creatures?
Like local legends.
Legends is
right.
what I was
Local
getting,
legends.
yeah.
Local legends.
It discusses the idea that the Flockhead Alps themselves are homes to a number of various frost giant clans that live amongst and within parts of the mountain. It speaks of wyvern nests in the peaks. It speaks of
Wyverns and frost giants.
terrible, large lizards that themselves are an embodiment of elemental ice. It speaks on. It speaks of the known the Yeti and the terrible Yeti that do sometimes peruse and supposedly themselves run from a larger, more elder Yeti that has long haunted the folklore of the Flatcat Alps as well.
Yetis? Sasquatch.
Yetis and an elder
You do
Yeti
also
that
find
scares Yetis.
word of a cursed location to the far east, northeast of Uthadurn, known as Mythborough.
Mythborough.
It's about 350 miles from here,
350?
350 miles.
along the southern end of the Alps. Many speak of an ancient dragon of hoarfrost
Here we
color
go.
and quaking roar that was thought to possibly nest there. Now
Beautiful.
unseen
We
in
got
nearly
our
a century.
dragon.
This dragon's name is Gelladon, the Nightmare in Ivory.
The Nightmare in Ivory. White Dragon. Gilladon, the Nightmare in Ivory. Couldn't he just be
Dragons are a
Simon?
bit particular about their titles.
All right, beautiful. In one of the last books, we get. Now I'd be asking, what do we know about Gilladon? Do we have like weaknesses? Do we know like anything
Teflon or something?
about anybody that's tried to fight him or something? Look how far.
Fuck, that's far.
350 miles, and it looks like a lot of mountainous terrain.
No problem.
Let's
If we cut straight through, we could go around the mountains, but that's even further.
Teleport us there.
If we go around the mountains, we're probably looking at like
and then he can just
400
go
plus
home,
miles.
And then we'll teleport with Caleb.
You need to circle up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We go back, we get Essek, we go there. Caleb's got a circle to go back.
We don't even know. We don't even know. What if Rini can teleport us?
Rini, can you?
She's not with us anymore.
No, she's
We're the
not. Oh,
chaos
yeah.
crew. We're inside.
We're just the chaos crew.
So how are we stealing this fucking spell?
This is just Bo reading this book. This is all Bo's head.
No, not.
Oh, I tell them what I found real quick to the chaos crew.
That's great.
Chaos crew, you're
Gilladon.
involved.
Gilladon or Gildon?
Gilladon.
Gella, like a heli.
G-E-L-I-D-O-N.
Gilladon.
Not,
Gilladon.
yes,
I'm going to move on to this
Gal.
other book, but I think you would find this interesting. This page, especially, is not your average modern literature. This page.
I feel like we're getting close to the end. Maybe like 5 minutes left.
Thing that we do.
The thing that we do.
It's an oldie.
You break out the fucking bundle? Okay.
Oh my God! What?
Okay.
What?
I understand what you're telling me right now.
Are you sure?
I think I do.
Are we being watched?
Yeah.
Are they watching this exchange?
The scribe warden is watching you all, and it's just keeping an eye.
I feel like as long,
She
I mean,
looks a
we've been
little
here for
manic, so I'm going
hours.
to turn
I feel like
away
4
and
hours
start reading
in,
the book that
the
Paul
scribe
was
warden would
reading.
be
Just that page.
in a
Give it read.
position where he'd think we're not up to
So you
shenanigans,
handed me
maybe
this
a little
book-
more
this
laid
book
back.
with the page open with the page open.
Oh, okay.
The book that you have, the scribe warden comes up and removes it. Like the one you were reading previously.
Because I'm only allowed one book at a time.
Correct. It's gathered into a pile on the table.
What about healing books? Do you got a healing book?
Goes ahead and summons one of the other workers here.
We're
to
going
tell
to
him
tap into more
steeple
hours
and
here.
eventually
We're
retrieves
spending
you one, talks
hundreds of
various-
gold
and
researching,
these
but we
books
are finding
instructional,
things out. We wouldn't have found out about
healing
the
magic is a
dragon. I mean,
difficult
that's
thing
the
to
best
teach. A lot of times it's more
news
just
yet.
an instinctual thing that comes through faith, or is largely more applied to balms and more the creation of healing salves and potions and such. But it's interesting.
Oh, okay.
I assume we are. There's some note paper around or anything for taking notes here, or no?
Yeah, like you can ask for it. I mean, you're here to research, so you take our notes. You just can't take the book with you.
I'm gonna just write down a little note and I'll pass it over to Jester, and it says.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Now, yeah,
okay, sure,
we're allowed
sure.
to write notes
Passing
and
notes is
stuff,
still a
but
very
do they
noticeable thing.
inspect
Sure.
them? Maybe they're like, we have to inspect all your notes.
32.
I don't know why. 32. Sleight of hand,
Yeah, you're good at
32.
this.
The note says, I'm going to create a distraction. While I do, rip this page out of this book and steal it.
All right. She said that's a yes. That's a yes.
I have to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna get up and start walking, and then I don't know. I'm gonna turn around, draw my crossbow, and say, "You know what this is for!" And I'll shoot Caleb in his side where he keeps the book.
What the hell? Is this their plan? Was this actually their plan? In the side where he carries the book. In the side where he has the book, he fired for Caleb's, like, basically his lungs.
Okay, well, first off,
That's like right where his lungs are.
Oh no! Go ahead and
We just fired a crossbow in
Just roll an acrobatics check for me.
the scribe warden's
this is
presence.
a mild, skillful attempt
But you
to
knew
maneuver.
it was coming.
Yeah, which is why I'm allowing this.
Yeah, Caleb knew it was coming.
All right.
Caleb might miss. Oh, God.
This is the book by about an inch.
Caleb got hit. Caleb has got hit. Caleb gets hit by the arrow or the crossbow.
Okay, that's 12 points of damage.
I want to know what the scribe warden's going to do. Meanwhile, you gotta assume that Jester stole this page.
You turn knowingly and it's like, oh, that's not how this goes. Your acting becomes very believable.
Yeah, like I would believe this is more than enough of a diversion to steal the page.
And actually whimpering.
But what do you do? Shove that immediately.
He knew. He betrayed me.
Yeah, Jester stole the page. So Jester, while this is going on, rip the page out.
But now here, with advantage because
Ooh, that's good.
Thank God.
Thank God. Natural 20. Natural 20 on the sleight of hand.
28.
28.
Natural 20.
Holy
Okay.
So lucky. Oh.
I was like, this could go all bad right now.
Tears out and slips in the inside of your sleeve. The scribe warden is currently focused on the two of you, and it's like, if you don't place that down immediately, we'll have you arrested and thrown into prison.
He cheated on me.
I tackled on.
Oh.
He cheated on me.
Good. Hold her down.
I'm sorry.
Two other people come in and they start like trying to
I mean, we got enough info. We got the page. Let's get out of here.
They would claim all the books off the table, putting them in a pile. You all have to leave, pay, and then leave immediately.
He shouldn't be cheating on his wife, me.
You two,
Pretending that
you
not.
two are banished from the steeple.
Oh, including Caleb? Caleb got shot.
Like a month, maybe? Like,
I linger
Until otherwise decided.
okay.
I linger
I'm
behind.
healing you.
Just pull this out.
How is the guy that got shot?
Shit.
Just one foot.
Caleb gets shot
Not.
and gets banned?
The side of the coat is just like this, like, were there other bleeded, blood-soaked parts that have dried in the coat from previous battles? There's just this one, like, growing
Leopard spot.
Yep. You all are
Hey,
escorted out of
it
the
worked.
steeple immediately.
It worked. Caleb could heal. I think this is where we're going to end
gold
it.
for the time you spent in there.
250 gold.
I stay behind and I say, I am so sorry. You see, we've been through a lot and we've seen some terrible things.
I'm
and
sure. I don't know how you do business, but here, as part of the steeple, we don't fire weapons
In the
in the
library.
middle of our research sessions.
Firing.
No, sometimes our business gets in the way of our personal life, and it is something we are all actively working.
and please
Absolutely, yeah. I give 300 gold.
All right.
Just maybe that extra gold will help cleanse your memory of this moment.
It's certainly helping.
It's certainly helping. I mean, that was a slick move. I dig it. That's like one of those things. We fucked up the bar, so we're gonna overtip the bartender because we screwed shit up a little
We're
bit.
going back to the.
Like, you get into a fight, you knock some shit over.
As you were making your way to
You walked into
towards
the waitress or
Smeltborn,
something,
Amber
knocked over a
Smeltborn,
beer.
We're gonna go and take a break.
It's like, I'm sorry. We are horrible people. Here's
So we'll be back here in
300
just a
gold.
few
Take care.
minutes to pick up where we left off.
And we're done.
We do have our Wormwood giveaway tonight. Back in
Solid
here.
hour. We're
Tonight,
at
We have the
almost exactly an hour. We're about
favorite
15
return
seconds
to
away.
Paradise.
Oh, I'm gonna edit it up, so
Scanlan
it
special
ain't gonna
from
look like
Campaign
that
1.
to you guys.
This will be going to one lucky winner.
Purple
in the
heart.
chat. So I'm so sorry.
Scanlan
about
colored
that
purple
microphone.
heart.
I know.
Use your words.
I'm sure. This will be going to one lucky winner in the chat.
We just
The
hit
keyword tonight
exactly
is
1 hour at this
snowfall.
point,
One
which
word,
is funny.
snowfall.
But by the time I edit the beginning,
Enter
probably
once in the chat room, more than once, and you get disqualified. And once again, U.S. and Canada only, excluding Quebec because of stupid laws. We'll be back here shortly
Stupid laws.
to tell you who the winner is. See you in a minute.
All right, guys, that's it for episode 74, Mighty Nine Time on YouTube. What a great episode. We, in the middle, I feel like got a lot of literature and lore and learning, and I loved every second of it. When Matt describes it, like, he uses so much detail in his descriptions that you can't help but fall into this Matt Mercer daze. I literally just blank out and I just start envisioning everything he's saying, like describing the path we have to take to the dragon and everything like that. But those are the biggest things we took away from this. We've learned about beasties. We got some arcane knowledge. We learned about deities. The biggest thing is Geldon, I think it was. The Nightmare in Ivory. So that is our white dragon. I was starting to think, are we going to get anything out of this? Not that we weren't getting lore and stuff, which is all cool and great, but I was like, nothing we're really learning is getting us to advance in our mission or any of our missions or our story. Then right at the end, local legends, we get frost giants, yetis, a yeti that is so old and large that it even scares other yetis. That's interesting. I don't know if we're even going to tap into that, but maybe we got to cross its path to get to Geldon. All I know is it's about 350 miles. That was if we cut straight through the mountains, I feel like. If we go around the mountains, probably 400 plus miles. That's a bit of a distance we got to go. But we're saying we could possibly teleport. We got to talk to Rini to see if she's got that kind of ability. If not, we maybe make our way back to Essek. Caleb's maybe got a couple tricks up his sleeve. But we've got to cross this distance. And how exactly would we do it and where do we go? We don't know exactly, do we? Or is there a town nearby? I don't know. We got to get more information on that, but at least we have something to go off of. So we got the name of the dragon. We've got its location. This was all great, though. We need to create a diversion. We have a page in the back of this book that is hidden through some simple arcanish type magic. But the point of it is you wouldn't come across it or see it if you didn't know what you were already kind of looking for, I guess. So Caleb sees it, passes it off to Not, does a little sleight of hand. Everyone rolls magnificently, and then we do the diversion. Not shoots Caleb, hits Caleb. Not shot good, but Caleb didn't do enough to roll high enough to, get hit in the book. He was supposed to get hit in the book. He gets hit in the side. Chaos ensues. Bo did a lot of negotiating in this whole episode. Saved us 100 gold. We would have had to pay 350, 20 gold off per hour. We saved 100 gold. Then she tossed 50 back their way as sort of a tip like, yo, sorry, we created this insanity. I don't know if we'll need to come back here, but just in case, it was a good idea because Caleb and Not were banished temporarily. So either way, great episode. I'm going to go edit this up. I'm going to go do a bunch of other things. You guys want to see more of what I do? You'll find the link for Patreon. Patreon hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 2, Vox Machina Season 1, 2, Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, The New Justified every Wednesday morning to the afternoon. It should come out on YouTube. It will come out immediately on Patreon in full. Episode 3 comes out this week. Always Sunny just ended. Check the Patreon link, full unedited. If not, comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.